Sup, watermelons? It is thy favorite amateur gardener, Ellipsity here, and today I'm doing something on my channel that I really have not done since April, and that is an Animal Jam story time. This one is pretty mandatory. I gotta tell you a lot of things, guys. There's a lot of things I just want to tell you about why I changed my main look and all that stuff, why I'm no longer this lemur thingamabob. I mean, the art people made is pretty awesome, pretty adorable that people made all this lemur art, but there's a really important reason why I chose to get rid of that look altogether. And in the story time you're gonna see today, I'm gonna explain a lot of my Animal Jam past, and we're gonna connect it to recent past, like this past year basically, and why I chose to change it. So go find a comfy place to sit. Just do whatever you can to keep yourself entertained during this story time. It might bore some people, it might intrigue some people, I don't know, but I still gotta get this out there. Oh, and just so you guys know, I want you to click the link in the description to the Summer of Catfish Cake story time, because this story time I'm gonna tell you guys, it's connected to that. But yeah, okay, let's get started. Let's travel back in time 2 years ago, to the summer of 2015, when I was this little demon, Triple Shock Star. I hate everyone on this game. Why is everyone so mean to me? As you can see, I was this very bitter person who got angry at the smallest of things. Let's use a little example. I'm just gonna use myself with this, giraffe. So we're just gonna use a little example of a conversation I had with someone in 2015. Did I happen to tell you I'm a scam catcher? A scam catcher? Excuse me? So you literally are labeling scammers out as these beasts that you have to go and catch and get them banned, when they just have anger issues and have difficult lives and they need to take their anger out on someone. Wow, you are truly heartless. Heartless? The scammers, if anything, are heartless. They literally ruin people's hard work. Imagine if you were working for an item for so many years and then some vicious scammer just took it from you. That's the player's fault for putting so much importance into these stupid pixelated items that won't even help you in life. But these poor scammers, they probably have terrible lives. People probably bully them at school, and they need an outlet. Did you ever think that maybe these scammers are not what you call them? They're not beasts. Dude, I never labeled them as beasts. I'm just saying what they do is not right, and they need to stop. Oh, shut it, you stupid scam catcher. I can see right through you. You just want someone to label as a beast, so that way you can feel better about yourself. Well, guess what? You can't go around labeling scammers and hackers, because guess what? They're human and they make mistakes. Show some sympathy. Instead of trying to stop their actions, why not show them some love? Why not go approach a scammer and show them some appreciation so they don't do these things? People like you going around to Jama Township and busting scammers, telling them how terrible they are, you make them feel worse about themselves and they just want to continue doing what they're doing. Do you ever think about that? Dude, I'm not labeling scammers. I'm just trying to teach them the error of their ways. Who do you think you are? You think you're some god? You think you're a superhero? You're not. If anything, you're the villain here, because you're basically inspiring the scammer to do worse deeds. Bruh, I don't understand your logic. You're saying that just because a scammer is angry, they have an excuse to ruin other people's lives? They aren't ruining lives, don't you understand that? People are so dramatic over these freaking pixels that when they get scammed, they take it so offensively when they don't have to. Bro, it goes both ways. You're taking this offensively as well by saying that I'm labeling scammers when I never once called them beasts. I never once said anything bad about them. I'm saying what they do is bad. And painting yourself in the best possible light, aren't you now? I can see right through you. I'm not stupid. Excuse me? Did you just triple dot me? What did I do wrong? Why are you mad at me now? Why are you triple dotting me? Why are you out to get me? Dude, I'm not out to get you. Oh, shut up, and don't, me. Why are you so rude? You know what? I'm done talking to someone who literally acts like they're 5 years old. Boy. So I'm the dramatic 5-year-old. Good to know. So yeah, this is fun. I get to expose my past self to you guys. And if 2015 me were here, he'd probably be saying this.
Shut up, I'm a good person.
Do me and the world a favor and stop trying to inflate your ego just by saying bad things about others just because you feel bad about yourself. It's a very trashy thing to do, child. Okay, I don't really understand what that means. Oh, no fear, child, no fear at all. Only a small group of people in this entire world possess the art of intelligence. Are you, trying to insult me in a very fancy way or what? Are you trying to be cool? Oh, see now, child, this is where you don't understand. You see, I'm not trying to be cool. I'm just speaking my mind. If you can't appreciate who I truly am, then shoo now. Bye-bye. So as you can see, past me had a really big ego, and he would accuse others of having that ego, and so I basically tore people down for the ego I assumed they had, when really it was me who had that ego. I know, I had problems, I had trust issues, and I took my anger out on people. I was a trashy person. I had a friend group back then that I was literally super jealous of, because they were all buddies with famous jammers, and I was like, ugh, I want to be buddies with famous people, I want to be cool. But in reality, I was overthinking that. It's just like, what the heck? Why do you need the approval of a famous person to feel good about yourself, dude?
No, I don't. Stop assuming stuff about me, you idiot.
Jeez, chill, Triple. You don't need to give me any more lectures.
I'm not lecturing you. Oh my gosh.
You know what? That's it. I'm done talking to someone who's so childish. Fine by me. Jeez. One day, child, one day you will learn where that attitude gets you. And trust me, the destination won't be pretty. A long and miserable life awaits you. And guess what? When you need that sympathy from good old me, you're not gonna get it. I'm the only person on this earth who's probably gonna be kind enough to give you sympathy, and you crushed the chances of that ever happening. Poor you. Okay, enough about past me. Well, basically, we're still going to talk about past me, but basically, that's the kind of person I was from late 2015 up until early 2016. And then the whole catfish cake incident happened. Does anyone remember that story time, the summer of catfish cake? Which was a pretty difficult time for me. That's basically what changed me as a person, because I went through so much trauma. But anyways, let's skip to the fall of 2016. So if any of you were fans of my channel in fall of 2016, you remember that Milo Tempoline was actually my main look back then. Now the reason I wasn't already being myself on Animal Jam at the time is because I had confidence issues at that time. The whole summer of catfish cake thing ruined me, basically. I was no longer that overly confident, egotistical guy from 2015, but my anger and bitterness surely was still there. And now let's look at this guy, this lemur fella. Does anyone remember when this was my main look? I'm gonna explain to you right now why I got rid of this weird-looking robotic thingamabob. First off, let me just say, the lemur in itself is not that bad because it's good for a character look, but this does not represent who I am as a person. I mean, attempting to be myself through this lemur it's hard. I don't feel it. It isn't me. Now, the reason I chose this lemur look was because it relates to the fact that people thought my Milo Tempoline look was very feminine. People would keep on saying, oh my gosh, Ellipsity, she has a great main look, that otter, and I was like, I'm a guy, check out my videos, you'll hear my voice. And it would make me so mad. So somewhere in my mind, I thought it was right to switch my main look to this thing. I thought, oh, it looks like a boy. I mean, it has a top hat and a tuxedo. It looks gentleman-like. Yeah, people will think I'm a boy, definitely, if I switch to this look. I'm sticking with this look. But after like a day, when I kept on using it, I got sick of it. I wanted to punch it in the face. After using it for only 3 days, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to punch this. Look at its face. Look at its eyes. Look at its nose. It's just, I mean, it's cute, but it isn't me. And now it's time to talk about how 2015 me relates to early 2017 me. Going back to what I said about my 2015 self being jealous of my friends because they were somewhat popular, these feelings resurfaced at the very end of 2016, beginning of 2017. Because when I changed to this look, I was like, I don't like it, but if I change it again, people are gonna be mad at me. I was scared of people's opinions. I didn't want to lose subscribers. Every subscriber counted to me back then. I was like, I don't want to lose a single subscriber. Literally, I would get so angry and sick to my stomach and feel like crying if I lost even one subscriber. I was just desperate for my subscribers, and I was desperate to keep every single one of them, and I was desperate to grow on YouTube. Now here is where 2015 Ellipsity came back. Triple shock star, because I started getting greedy for subscribers. I started thinking, if I can't be myself 100% with the main look I want, and I have to stick with this crummy lemur that people seem to love, then I better get super famous in return. And at this point, I was growing bitter and really angry. My channel was growing slowly. It reached 1K, but at the time, I was low-key very angry that I was not exploding. I was just looking at other YouTubers whose channels were skyrocketing, and I was just stuck at 1,000 subscribers, growing very slowly, which back then to me seemed slow. But nowadays, I'm like, hey, you were making progress, dude. But no, 2015 Ellipsity came back and started demanding more subscribers. I started attending every single advertising live stream just for the subscribers instead of actually making content. So at this point in time, I was just growing very bitter. I was really jealous of the bigger YouTubers that had buddied me because they had gotten so far on YouTube and I was just lingering at 1,000 subscribers at the time. So I went on my buddy list and I just cleaned basically everyone off. And since at this very time I was turning back into my 2015 self, I kept all my famous Gemmer buddies and basically deleted everyone that I didn't know and that wasn't even famous. Yes, that was very trashy of me. And a few of my buddies called me out on this and said, what is going on with you, E? Why are you turning into this person? You used to be so nice. You used to be accepting of everyone. Why are you trying to change yourself? My response, of course, was acting like a complete childish little brat and blocking the people that accused me of becoming a stuck-up famous Gemmer. Dude, that's because you were.
No, I'm not.
I'm a good person. I make pep talks for people. I uplift people. I'm a very nice person. That's partly true, but you were transforming into something you really weren't. Now were you? I just want to say, guys, at this time, I was really bitter, and I'm really sorry if you were one of the people I removed. Instead of just giving you a chance to prove that you weren't going to come in my den when I was recording, I could have just made ways around that way before the whole buddy list cleanup thing. But at this time, I was too impatient to even think about that. I was just done. But yeah, do you now know why I got rid of the lemur look? It was literally just making me so bitter. I felt like I had to change things about myself to please people, to keep my subscribers. I wasn't being myself, and it was making me irritable. So does this parody right here, hello, my name's Ellipsity, does that ring a bell? Because in that parody, I was venting. I was venting about how I wanted to quit my job so that way YouTube could be my job, and I wouldn't have to work so hard at that crummy job anymore. I really wanted my channel to explode, and I was becoming bitter at the fact that it wasn't exploding so I could quit my job. During one of my many sleepless nights in the depressing month of April, I started to realize when I was watching my old videos, I didn't used to care about fame. I used to be so pure and innocent. I wasn't changing myself to please others. I was just expressing myself. I was crying my eyes out upon watching these old videos, not just because of the cringe, but because back then I didn't feel this desire to grow on YouTube so much. Even though I'd literally gained 1,000 subscribers in just 3 months, I still felt like it wasn't enough. I needed more. I was craving success like a drug. And let me just tell you guys, I do not miss this time. I was literally becoming sub-hungry. I was becoming greedy. I didn't like who I was becoming. And that lemur look, which I felt like I had to have to please people, to keep my sub count, to please those who thought it was creepy, to just all that stuff that I talked about, all the memories of my past self, that lemur is associated with that, and I don't want to remember it. But I'll admit, sometimes even now, I kinda want my channel to grow, but I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I used to be worried that it wouldn't, but then again, when I look back, I've reached 2,000 subscribers in the past 8 months, and I think that's an achievement. Other people may say, oh, you could have grown faster, you still need more. I don't really care, because I honestly think I've made it pretty far in the months, the short time I've had. And one thing I really want to clarify is that I am human, I do make mistakes, I'm not like this completely perfect person now, I'm not trying to say that, I'm just exposing what I used to do, and how I've learned from those mistakes, so that way you guys can know that I'm not as perfect as some people think. Some people say, oh my gosh, Ellipsity, I wish I could be you, I wish I could have your life. I'm just as human as anyone else, I make mistakes, and this video is to prove to you guys that I'm not perfect, I'm not fake, I'm here to expose that side of me to you guys, that I have made mistakes in the past, and even now I do make mistakes. I just don't want people to think I'm 100% perfect. I want to be honest. And one thing I want to say to you guys is those of you who have made mistakes in the past, don't beat yourself up over that. You learned from your mistakes. We have to make mistakes. That's just part of life. I've made mistakes, you've made mistakes, everyone has. So I just don't want people to beat themselves up over what they did in the past when they learned that it was wrong and they move on, you know? I couldn't move on for a while. Like literally, in April, when I was starting to get off my high horse, I started, you know, having sleepless nights and crying because I realized what I was doing to myself. I was changing myself into this fame-hungry tyrant, and I don't want to be that way. You guys thought I was perfect at the time, and I was just keeping from you guys that I was secretly just so angry and bitter and depressed and just all out dissatisfied with the world. I had a really good talent with acting out in my videos, with acting like I was totally happy, totally positive. Yeah, I'm good at acting, guys. I know. But right now, I'm being genuine. You probably are like, I don't even know if you're being genuine. And that's fine. I did lie. I'm owning up to my past mistake. But, guys, just know that now I'm always open to talking to fans. I'm not as closed off as I used to be. I care about every single one of you, and I want you all to know that I'm here for you if you need advice. If you are having trouble letting go of the past or anything like that, you can always come on over to my den when it's unlocked, and I'll have a chat with you. It takes guts to revisit the past and to admit your flaws and your wrongdoings and how you learned from those mistakes, but once you do it, you feel so much better. Right now, I feel so much better because now I don't feel like I have to keep away from you guys or anything like that. I'm always willing to talk to you guys and make you happy. Oh yeah, this is a pretty irrelevant detail, but ever since I changed my main look to this, I've just been more of myself than I ever have been. I've never been more social, never been more happy and patient, so now is like the best time these days to talk to me. If you would have like spoken to me a few months ago, it would have been easy to tell that I was not always in the best mood. Rarely I was in a good mood. Rarely. But most of the time I had to lock my den, keep away from fans because I was in a bad mood a lot of the time when recording. So basically my final argument here is I went from this fame-hungry, spoiled brat lemur to this sensible, genuine, original fox. But that don't mean I'm perfect. You know, I still got them flaws. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this really long story time. I know, this is the second story time I've made, and it's pretty freaking long, but I had a lot to say. I just had to clarify everything thoroughly. I didn't want to leave anything out. So thank you all so much for watching. You all are truly amazing people. I can't stress it enough. Thank you for being the most supportive fans ever, even during my times where I screwed up. You all are just amazing. Just always remember that when my den's unlocked, you are free to come talk to me. I love making your day. I love making y'all smile, because you do the same for me, so I just like doing the same thing in return. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing day. See ya, watermelons. So you actually made it the whole way through? You watched the entire video? Thank you so much if you did. Well, of course you did, unless you skipped to this part, you know what I'm saying. But thank you for watching. You're always welcome here, whether you're subscribed or not. And always remember this, never fear your uniqueness. If you have creative ideas, let them out. I'm here to inspire y'all. See you all next video. Bye.